What's up, everyone? It is your girl JL Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and it's time for us to get into this new Juvia's Place Culture 2 palette. So if you all remember, one of my favorite palettes of 2022 was the Culture 1 palette. Excuse me. Or the original Culture palette. So of course y'all know I had to grab this one. I know my girl Karen Harris already has this one in her collection, because you know Karen was quick to the draw. She already got her 2-look video up, and I'm like, okay Karen, I see you. I use code Fumi, by the way, Fumi Design. She's done a couple of collabs with this brand. I still have her first collab with the brand Juvia's Place because it has our son's name, Adrian, in it for the face palette. But this is what the palette looks like on the inside. It made me think of Scooby-Doo palette when I initially saw it in the pictures. Now, I don't know, now seeing it in person, if I feel the same. But, of course, y'all know me. I'm going to show it against a whole bunch of different palettes. And I'm still going to do my shorts for YouTube. It's just more of when I have to do these videos and film at midnight. Like, obviously, the sun is not out, so I don't have time to take pictures. It showed up right when I was getting ready for work, too. So, it wasn't like I could go outside and do a reel. Because I ended up being late for work because I had to talk to my dad about some work stuff. We got some things in work. Hopefully, it works out. But here's the original Culture palette. I like the artwork on the second Culture palette better than the first one, and I like the color story better. I feel like the outside gives a good idea or reflection of how the palettes look on the inside. I'm hoping my video downloads, y'all, because I'm trying to download the Pat McGrath video, which is what I have on my eyes right now and my face to blush, if anyone cared. But so here is the original Culture versus the Culture 2, just so you get an idea. I like the fact that the background on the second one isn't busy. I guess like people told her it was busy and they didn't like it, so they adjusted it. I don't know. They look like, yeah, they look like they're about the same size. But that is what it looks like. Then I'm going to show it against some other colorful palettes. So I got my Paradise Islands palettes from Nomad. Y'all know these are some of my favorite colorful palettes to use in the spring and summertime. This one and then the Costa Rica palette. So here's what both of those look like. Of course, it's flashing now that I started doing this. It always does that. I meant to change the battery and I forgot. But here's what it looks like now. This is, to me, just a good companion palette to this palette to round out some of the airbrushing colors. Because if y'all remember, the reason I don't use this palette alone ever is because I feel like it personally doesn't have enough depth. Unless I'm going to do like green on the outer V and some other shades, it's not giving me what I need. Next, I have the Costa Rica palette. I love this palette. This is easy. One of my all-time favorite Nomad palettes. This is what she looks like. Again, I feel like this could be a good companion palette, or it could be a why you don't need, depending on how you look at it. But that's what both of them look like side by side. I feel like the Juvia's Place would be more affordable in the long run though, because Nomad doesn't have sales as often as Juvia's Place does, in my personal opinion. So I feel like you might just want to go with the Juvia's Place one, because you can always catch it on a sale. Or you can pick it up at Ulta and use points, so that's the bonus with that. Now this is the one I said I feel like it looks similar to the Scooby-Doo one. Both of them look like side by side. You can pause and tell me what you think, girl. Or you could just wait for the reel. That's going to go up this weekend. I have 2 palettes from Play to Makeup by Yolanda. This is a Vigorously one. I said it looked really similar to the Ice Cream Dream from Give Me Glow. I mean, not Give Me Glow, Jesus, Glam Light. Okay, y'all, I'm going to end up having to buy something from Give Me Glow just because my friend's shadow broke when she let me borrow her palette to put in a reel. So I have to buy them from them. So I'm telling y'all now because I don't want to pop up later that, you know, I went on their website and bought something when I said I wouldn't buy it. That's why I have to buy it. But this is the last one. This is the Matte 2 palette I recently did a video on. Okay, I got all the palettes out the way now. I'm going to go off camera, get my life in order, give y'all an eye look. I'm so glad it didn't die before I got done with this. Let me zoom in real quick and cute like. So these are the eyes for the Pat McGrath palette. Or Pat McGrath quad. And I will be right back on the eye look. The lip is the Scooby-Doo Daphne lip combo. So as usual, I did the absolute most with came to the eyeliner and all this extra, but when I get a Juvia's Place palette with lots of color, I get excited, so I was extra with it. So this is the eye look I came up with. I'm gonna do a second eye look that's gonna be more neutral for the people who like neutral stuff, to see that you could do neutrals with this palette as well. So I literally just took the majority of this row. So I took all the mattes in this row. I got this matte in the crease. I put this shade and this shade in my inner corner. I'm not putting anything on the lower lash line because I have to do the second look, and then I have this on my lid, and that's it right there in the back swatch with it shifting from blue, green to purple vibes. I'm here for it. This is the 2 inner corner shades combined. This is one of the inner corner shades by itself. This is the shade I plan on using. These are the shades I plan on using in the second look, so I'll just go ahead and show them to you now, and I'll tell you what they are when we get to that look. So let's get into this look, girl, because I'm gonna make the eyeliners on the other side the total opposite of colors that I put on this side, just to make it a little bit fun. So I'm just going into that orange shade called Queen Vibes that I showed you all earlier. I don't know, to me it kind of reminds me of a lighter version of like a sweet potato or the color of a squash. And I thought it'd be a nice, interesting color to choose, and it actually worked out to be closer to my skin tone than I expected it to be. So now I'm liking that whole aspect of it. So you know, let me just go ahead and dust it all around. And y'all, I'm really out here like I'm finna go somewhere and do something, and it's sunny outside. I could take a whole bunch of look at me and think of sexy pictures with this eye, because I cannot. And y'all understand how it's hurting my soul. Like, it's like I'm gonna have to redo this another day just so I can get some good outdoors I'm sexy pictures. I'm telling you, I'm really feeling myself right now, if you cannot tell. By the way, I'm talking about this eye, I'm extremely feeling myself. So now I'm gonna take the shade Delta. That's the blue shade. I think it's interesting that they called it Delta, because y'all know Delta's red. If you know about the soror sisters, then Deltas are red. I have a couple, I have like 2 or 3 cousins actually that are Deltas. And one of my cousins and her daughter are Deltas, and then another cousin that's married to the 2 I talked about. She's married to her brother, and she's a Delta too. So like they all about the sorority life here. I personally wasn't with it, but y'all can comment down below and tell me if you are soror sisters of any groups. I know a girl who's part of the, what was it, I forgot the name of the blue sorority. I think it's Zetas. Are those the Zetas? I don't remember. I know it's out AKAs, Deltas, and I think it's Zetas. I think she was a Zeta. I don't remember though. But dust all this around here. Trying to even it out a little bit, and just, you know, get the sharp edges and whatnot. Okay, that's looking good. So now I'm gonna go in with, I'm pretty sure I went in with the purple shade. Yeah, we're gonna go with the purple shade. Yes, that's called Safari. At first I didn't think it would look good in the crease with this weird crease shade. I mean, this weird shade I chose, but then I was like, yeah, nah. Okay, so it's looking good. It looked better than I expected it to when I did it. So I was like, okay, I'm glad it worked out. Because, girl, I was like, I don't know. Sorry, let me adjust myself to be a little closer. I was sitting like right on the edge of the seat. But I couldn't remember if like the makeup removal wipe was behind me. But now I see it's in the corner. So I'm like, okay, let me scooch it a little bit. Let's get it a little bit closer there. Now we're going to take the shade Maasai. It's Maasai. So I'm putting that toward the very front of the eye. And I was surprised how nicely all these colors blended in together. But when I saw them all like in a row together, I was like, that looks nice. Because I was here for it. I was like, yes, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it. So yeah, that's looking nice and pigmented to me. Oh, have y'all watched KK's video on the, what is it? The Yucca palette from what is it? Natasha Denona, because she actually gave you all a comparison that I didn't. It was with the Safari palette from, what is that called? It's with the Menagerie palette. I forgot the name of it. It has the line on the front of it, but I forget the name of the palette. So she gave a comparison with that. But y'all remember, I break my palettes down, so I don't have mine in the original condition, either one of them, because I have the original and I have the new one, and I just took all the fun colors and put in one, put all the neutral colors in the other one. So I don't have like the original palette, but like I thought that was definitely a great alternative and dupe that she came up with. I think that the brand is currently going on vacation soon though, so if you want to get that dupe or alternative, you should go ahead and, you know, look into it. But I compared that palette to the Wizard of Oz before I changed mine around, so if you're interested in what it looks like, you can always go to one of those why you don't need videos and it should be there. So now I'm going to take the shade Josh. It's J-O-S. I'm assuming that's how you say it. That's the shade that's all over lid. And honey, when I put it on, I was like, yes. It's giving, yes. I need to use it, yes. I mean, look at that. Hello. I mean, it looks like liquid metal or liquid eyeshadow I'm just rubbing on my eye. It looks sunny. I had to use it because at first I was like, I kind of want to use that shade, but I was like, I don't know how that's going to transition and look with this look. Then I was like, you know, we just going to go for it and just put some colorful eyeliner on. So that's what I did, and honey, I definitely feel like it's giving. And that it's definitely gonna hold a look. I'm actually gonna come back after I put the colorful eyeliner on just for you all to see before I take the pictures and go to the next eye look. Because honey, the eyeliner is definitely gonna deserve a moment. Plus, I forgot to put on mascara when I was in the bathroom because I was more concerned about trying to draw on this eyeliner. Because, honey, though I'm telling y'all, the brushes I have to use that come with those JD Glow eyeliners are struggle bus, honey. Struggle bus, disrespectful on every level. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Lagos. That's the blue shade I showed you all that I started with in the inner corner, and then I put the shade Afro Beats on top of it, and that's how we got what's going on right now. So that's what Lagos looks like on its own, and I put a like sparkly kind of iridescent topper shade on top of it to blend in with it, the one called Afro Beats, and that's what we're about to do now to get the final look before I put on my eyeliner and be real extra with it. So that's what they look like finished up. So y'all saw this is what this eye looks like. I'm gonna go put some other eyeliner on, come back and let you all see the final look, and then I'm gonna take my look of me. I think I'm sexy pictures off camera, and then we'll come back and do a look. So I'm planning on just using this row right here, the pink row. Honestly, I want to use all of these, and then I just want to add this shade to it and use this shade as my inner corner shade. So I'm going to use these two from another row, and then I'm just going to use all of this row right here. So just to give you an idea, just in case I forget to tell you before I come back and start on the other look after I show you the eyeliner. Okay, y'all, so I got both eyeliners on. I did a pink, blue, purple with this side, and then I did this bright, fun side. So tell me which one you like best. Y'all know I'm preferring the fun, bright, neon one, but I want to give you like two different options of color combination, and I feel like this one matches what's going on with this eye already a little bit better, which is the reason I chose the colors that I chose, because I had planned on putting green on the lower lash line here, or maybe like that purplish shade that we have in the crease already right here. So that's why I felt like this eyeliner look will be nice, because you'd have the blue, the pink, and the purple with the eyeliner matching. And then if you want to make it look extra and fun, then you could go for this eyeliner right here. So that's why I did two different sets of colors. So comment down below and tell me which one you like better. But personally, I like the first one I started off with. I think she's the winner chicken dinner. Anyway, I'll be right back with the second eye look that I told you all about, and show you which, well, I showed you the colors I combined already, but I'll just, I'll be right back. As usual, I couldn't follow my own decision, so I decided to do something extra in the corner. I added the gold shade to it. So I just took this gold shade right here and put it in the inner corner, in addition to putting this shade on top. I don't personally like the way they look together, but whatever. And I did use this whole row like I said I would. So I just swatched the gold in the back of my hand, and then I swatched the bronze to see how they were gonna look. But I put this pink shade from the first row I told you all about, and I added this shade that's in the row that I'm using in this video together, and then this shade is on its own, and I just swatched the copper to see which one I was gonna like better in the inner corner. So let's get to it. So I put this shade on the brow bone and this shade in the crease, because I had forgot there was two different pink ones, and I had to try to figure out how I was gonna utilize them together. Let me scoot over, sorry. My fanny was sitting on something. I'm always end up sitting on the edge somehow, I don't know. But I'm gonna start off with the deepest shade at the bottom, called Sweeto. I'm using the same brush as before, because I'm like, they're just neutral shades, so I figured it didn't matter if I use it or not, because the color still came through, and it's like a cool tone. It's like beige, taupish type shade. Like it'd be a cute color for lipstick, but I'm using on my eye right now. So I'm just trying to dust it all in the crease and all around, girl. Some nice short skin but better type tone to it, which is definitely what it's giving in my personal opinion. Like soft, smoky realness is what it's giving. Now I'm just gonna go on with that shade Dashiki, which is the dark reddish, burgundish brown shade that I put on the outer V to give this like a nice little neutral moment, if you will. Oh no, don't do that. Car trying to fill up on me, y'all. So rude. So we're going. Okay, y'all, to save us some time, I went ahead and just finished the outer V. Now we're gonna get into the pink shade. It's called Bento. It's B-I-N-T-O-U. I'm just gonna dust it around the crease. I don't know what's going on with my cards though, y'all, but I think it's on this like last leg, because it's saying it's not exporting any of the data. It won't take any data for try to add on it to like transfer from one computer to the other one. It's just acting up. I'm like, look here, I don't have time for whatever this is, so I need you to get it together. Just taking a cute little pink shade right there and having us a nice little crease moment. I like eye looks like this when it comes to a simple eye look, so I'm definitely here for it. Now I'm gonna take the shade Yanga. That's the lighter peachier shade, and just take this little brush and literally just tap it or dust it on the brow bone of the outer V. Just get some like nice definition and color there, because that's what I did to this side. So y'all know, when you do one side, you got to do the other side. So here we are doing this to the other side. Yay! Try to get this side more pigmented. I don't know why, but I feel like this one doesn't go as pigmented as the other one. So here we go. We'll dust both these real quick and cute. Dust them around here again. And now I'm gonna cut with glitter glue, and we can get into these shimmer shades, girl. Cause I didn't put the other shimmer shade on top of the lid yet. I just started off with the main because I want y'all to see what the color looks like on its own. Because swatched on my hand, it has both the shades combined. So I want you to see the true color of the pink that we're going to use before we put the lid shade on. Was it doing that the whole time, y'all? I hope not. So, I started off with Jollof, and then I'm going to put Bantu on top of Jollof. So we're just going to start off with Jollof on the lid right now, and then we'll put Bantu on top before we go in with our inner corner shade. So y'all know I like to double me and triple me a shimmer sometimes. I usually put them side by side though, so you get more of a multi-chrome effect. But today I was just like, I'm just going to layer them, because sometimes I do that too. It all depends on what kind of mood I'm in, what I'm trying to go for. And I love the way this shade is shifting. It reminds me of one of those, a couple of these shades actually remind me of some of the shades in the Deep Sea Treasure palette. So let me know down below if y'all want me to do a swatch comparison on both of them, because I feel like some of them are like looking really similar. Like this one looks really similar to that pink one. Now it doesn't have all those large glitter particles like that palette did, but you know, it's giving me similar vibes to it. So let's take the shade Bantu now and pop that on top of the lid, now that you've seen the true color of this. So show you. Now I'm taking the shade Bantu and just popping it on top with the extra like reflective shimmeriness that it has going on, and it's giving like a somewhat like wet effect, and plus it has its own reflex to it, so I think that makes it look even cooler in my personal opinion. So that's another reason I want to do it, because I'm like, you can still have a somewhat subtle eye look and just do the most on the lid, which is what I feel like I'm doing with this, because it's like nice simple soft colors, but like the lid is just giving a whole like bunch of extraness that I'm here for, and it's a whole vibe, because y'all know me, I'm like all about that. So I'm gonna go back in that shade Dashiki now, and y'all know I gotta just dust around the edges here to make it smoky. Now I didn't wing out the other side of the eye, I kind of just did a rounded effect. So I try not to always do like a rounded, a winged eye. It's just hard because that's my preference when it comes to an eye look. I want it to be winged, but occasionally I try to do a rounded one, like I tried to do with this look right now. So you know, I'll be trying, girl. Look how stunning that is. So now we're gonna go in with the gold shade called Kingdom. That's the one I started off with, and then I put Shuka on top of that for our inner corner moment. And then I was thinking about putting that fun light purple on the lower lash line, but I'm thinking I'll just play it safe and stick with that pink that we already used. But I already washed that brush, so now I'm gonna have to use another brush, the pink shade Safari. I'm thinking about rubbing that underneath the lower lash line for the second look, because I'm not doing crazy fun colorful eyeshadow. I don't know what's going on my computer, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I just decided to make a random noise. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I know the battery's almost dead on it, so I don't know if it's telling me like I'm about to die, goodbye, or like, you know, what's going on. So let's go underneath the lower lash line with Safari, and then we'll hear my thoughts on this, and then I'll take some look at me, I think, with sexy pictures before I go home with a black eyeliner, because I'm trying to keep this one as simple as possible as far as like, you know, I'm just rubbing Safari down here now, but yeah, I'm trying to keep the eye look as simple as possible. So I feel like black eyeliner would be perfect for that, because I feel like we still got a lot going on with the lid, but it's like a subtle lot as opposed to an extra lot the way we did with the first look, because I wanted to do bam, pow, in your face color with the first look, because the first look is supposed to be with, you know, a fun colorful palette, but I wanted you to see you can still do something that's somewhat subtle but still like exciting and fun to people who don't necessarily love color the way I do. That's why they gave you a couple of rolls of that, because you got like a gold and some a greenish roll. Then you have like a neutrally mustardy yellowish type roll. Then you have like the front row like I used in the first look. So it's like I'm trying to give y'all different like views and looks and stuff. I'm definitely gonna go home and edit this tonight because I am here for this eye look. I might put this up before Pat McGrath because I'm loving it that much, y'all. Like, I am obsessed. I am so here for it. I feel like this is actually blending in really nicely with the colors that we have on the outer V. Now, this would have been stunning if Mother's like Quad had these colors in it. Because, honey, this is definitely given. Let me back you on up now, girl. We're done. Tutorial's done. Part 1 and 2 are done. I'm here for this eye look. Y'all know I love when they come out with, well, I love the Culture collabs with these palettes. I only like Wahala 2. If you all remember, I don't like Wahala 1, but I live for this one. That's one I should have compared it to the Wahala palettes. I think I have one here, so I'm going to take that home to compare to this one in the shorts for you all Friday. But honey, I'm here for this palette. I love it. I wish they would do a combo on their website where you can get the original and this one, because I love both of them. Like, I love both of these palettes. So either one I think you'll like, just depending on what your preference is. I like both. I'm happy I have both. If I had to tell you to pick one, I'd probably tell you go with the newest one, just because I like the color story of this one just a tad bit more than I like the color story of the original one. Plus, I like the fact that this doesn't have that busy background like the original one does. That's another thing that I didn't necessarily like about it. I don't know how other people felt, but I wasn't feeling the busy background, girl. I was like, look, calm down. You're too happy. You're jumping around too much. I need you to tone down. Tone down. So, I really love the palette. I really love the eye looks I created. I hope this was a helpful video to you all. The formula seems to be the standard formula that they have. It's not like the formula in the Fula palette, because I know that one felt a little different to me. It's not that it was a bad formula. It just wasn't the same as the formula that you get in these bigger palettes on the normal palettes you get from Juvia's Place. So just keep that in mind. The Fula palette does have a little bit of a different formula, along with the little 4-pan palettes they came out with in the Rebels collection. Those two palettes I do feel like have different formulas as opposed to this one and the normal awkwardly sized palettes, because they do all different sizes of the palettes. So it seems like the smaller ones have a little bit of a different formula than the bigger ones do, in my personal opinion. But those are just my thoughts, and that's how I feel about this palette. And this is the end of the video. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like I said, remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.